Welcome students. In the next lecture on the module correlation and regression. In the previous we have studied the correlation chapter, various methods of correlation, that is Karl Pearson and Spearman-Rank correlation coefficient, and we have solved different types of problems based on the both concepts. Also we have studied the some miscellaneous example from that. Now in today's lecture we are going to begin with a regression. Now, what is meant by a regression? So, before I proceed to the regression, I just like to review the previous concept, that is correlation. In correlation, we have calculated the degree of correlation, or in general, we can say we have measured the magnitude as well as the direction of the correlation between the two variables. So, how the data is correlated? What is the degree of the correlation? Whether it is high correlation, low correlation, no correlation, and also we discuss the direction of it, that is whether it is a positively correlated or negative correlation. Positive means if the one value increases, the other value also increases. That means if x increases is y increases, then we say it is a positive. When x decreases but y increases, we call it as a negative, opposite direction. Is it? Now we are going to learn the method of estimating the value of one variable when that of the other is known and when variable are correlated. It means we discuss the degree of the correlation, the direction of the correlation. But if I say, if I provided you the value of x, estimate the value of y. Suppose x is say um, x is a say rainfall, and I ask you based on the previous history of data history, tell me what will be the yield of the crop. Is it? So in that case, you need some relationship between x and y determined using the previous data. Is it? Suppose if I'll give you the height of say 20 fathers and their sons, and I ask you based on this historical data, if the father has having the height say 5 feet, then what will be the estimated height of his son? So in that case also you need the relation between the height of father and the height of the son. So that relation will be defined as a regression. So one can define the relationship between the two correlated data is known as a regression. Okay. So I think this idea is clear. I'll go move to the next point, that is lines of the regression. Of course, the regression, if the relation between the two variables is say linear, we get the lines. Okay. So in this chapter, we are going to study the lines of regression. I'm purposefully saying the lines of regression. Using the, I'm not using the line, I'm using the lines. Okay. So there is more than one line, of course. Now, before we proceed, what is line of regression or lines of regression? I must discuss the concept line of best fit. See the definition. It is a line. See the definition. Line of best fit. It is a line such that the sum of distance of the point from the line is minimum. It is also called as line of regression. Now, what exactly will happen? Suppose I am having some data plotted along the x and y axis. Like that. Is it? Now, this is nothing but a small strip through which this data is located. So I must draw a line which passes through the maximum of them. But instead of that, I say I need to draw a line which is a best fit to this data. Now, when you call the line is a best fit, see for each point, I can measure the distance of a line from the point either horizontally or vertically this way. Okay, I'll just go with some more clear diagram. this is my y-axis, this is my x-axis, and here I have plotted some points in a strip. Okay, so now this is my line of best fit. So from every point I can measure a distance of the line from the point either horizontally or vertically. That means I can measure this distance or I can measure this distance. Is it? Similarly for this point also I can measure it horizontal distance or a vertical distance. Okay, if I consider any particular direction, say a horizontal direction, then the distance of every the sum of distance of every point from the line should be minimum. Suppose say there are how many points? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 points. So their horizontal distance from the line is say D1, D2, D3, D4 and D5. If I take sum of all these, and if this summation is a minimum, then we can say that the line which I fitted here is a line of best fit. Is it? Now if I consider the vertical distance, then again I will get the distance for each every point, say d1 dash, d2 dash, d3 dash, d4 and d5 dash. Take their additions, and if it is a minimum, we say that it is a line of best fit considering the vertical direction. Is it? So that's why I use the word lines. So I'll getting two lines of regression. One is a line which is of best fit by considering the horizontal distance, and the another one is a line of best fit by considering the vertical distance. Just remember, vertical distance, it means the distance along the y-axis, and when I say horizontal distance, it means along the x-axis. Fine. Okay, now come to the next point, which is very important. Depending on the direction, that is horizontal or vertical distance of point from the line, we get two lines of regression. I already discussed this. Fine. Well, come to the next very important point, that is line of regression y on x. See, as I am getting the two line of regression, then are you going to say every time the line of regression the line of regression depending on the direction, that is horizontal or say direction vertical? No, it is become a quite difficult for understanding and as well as for writing. So instead of that, what I say, what terminology we are going to use is line of regression y on x and line of regression x on y. So when I say the line of regression y on x, it means I'm going to minimize, we are going to consider the minimized deviations of the point from the line measured along the y-axis. Measured along the y-axis means in the vertical direction. See, this is my diagram. I'm having some points here like them. Now I'll draw one straight line which is of best fit. Sorry. This way. Line of best fit. Okay. Take this line. Now I'm going to measure the distance vertically. Okay. So I'm going to consider the vertical distance, that is along the y-axis, or I'm measuring the distance parallel to the y-axis. See, this way. And if for all the points the distance, the sum of distance is minimum, I'll say this is a line of regression y on x, and which is denoted by y is equal to a plus bx. Y on x, I'm using the y first, so I'll measuring the distance along the y-axis. Okay. The next is line of regression x on y. So of course, y on x, we are measuring the distance along the y-axis. In x on y, we are measuring the distance along the x-axis. So what will be my diagram? Okay, just have a look to this. some few points I'll draw there just for understanding. Yeah. This is my line. Now I am measuring the distance horizontally, that is along the y-axis. That means I am going to measure this distance measured parallel to x, that is along. So such a line of equation is known as line of regression x on y and given by x is equal to a plus b into y. Okay, fine. Now the next point is very important. How you calculate the line of regression? The one way is to use the scatter diagram, which is exactly similar to this. This is nothing but a scatter diagram method. So then what I need to do, I must plot the points, then draw the line of best fit, and then from the line try to estimate the value of y or value of x depending on it. Okay. Mm, but that method is little difficult when the number of observations are more. Say 4 or 5 observations, it's okay. You can measure the distances and get a better line. But if your points are more, then it becomes a difficult. The next point is a method of least square. Yeah, of course. The method of least square I am going to discuss at the end of this module, because in the next lecture we are going to study the curve fitting, where we are coming across with the method of least square. Of course, while discussing the line of regressions, I am going to define you the way of calculating a line of regression by using least square method, no doubt. But the problem solving will be done in the next session. Fine. Okay. Now come to the another method of calculating the line of regression. See here I have noted all multiples of formulae. Is it? So by calculating the coefficient of correlation small r, that means I am going to use a Karl Pearson coefficient of correlation. Small r is what? Karl Pearson coefficient of correlation, as well as the standard deviation in x, that is sigma x, and in y is sigma y. Then line of regression y on x is given by y minus y bar is equal to r into sigma y upon sigma x into bracket x minus x bar, where this r sigma y upon sigma x is known as byx. See, the sigma y is in the numerator, so we call it as a byx. So this is the coefficient of regression for y on x. Okay. Then line of regression x on y. See the coefficient r into sigma x upon sigma y, and see the change. Here I have multiplied the coefficient with the x minus x bar, and here I am multiplying the coefficient with the y minus y bar. Got it? So this r into sigma x upon sigma y will be called as a bxy, which is called as a coefficient of regression x on y. Fine. Now this is very important. The coefficient of regression y on x and x on y are nothing but we are calculating the slope of the line. Okay, so you just have a look on the equations. Y is equal to a plus bx, x is equal to a plus by. Look at the y is equal to a plus bx. The multiple of x, that is b, is known as a slope, and the b is nothing but the coefficient of regression. So our main purpose in this is to calculate the value of a and b involved in the equation of line of regression. Y is equal to a plus bx or x is equal to a plus by. So to calculate these a and b, we are going to take a help of this coefficient of regressions. Fine. The next method is by calculating the deviations from mean of x and y. This formula we are going to use many times in our problem solving, because this is very simple. Okay, yeah, one more point I like to relate with this. We have discussed in the correlation chapter while dealing with the Karl Pearson coefficient of correlation. In most of the cases, we will go with the deviation from the mean. We are not going to follow the assume mean method. We are instead of that, we are going to get the deviations from actual mean. Is it? So this formulae which I have noted here in the point number 2 are also deals with the deviations from the actual means. So hence, if you prepare a table for a correlation, the exactly similar table you can utilize to calculate the byx and the bxy, and of course the lines of regression. So that's why I'm emphasis on you can go with the actual deviations to get the values by actual deviations from the mean of x and y. Deviations from the actual mean of x and y. Okay, fine. Now this is for assume mean methods. On the one side I have noted the formula for line of regression y on x. On the right hand side it is line of regression x on y. So their first equation y minus y bar is equal to byx into bracket x minus x bar, and here it is x minus x bar is equal to bxy into bracket y minus y bar, and their formula byx and byxy, how to get x bar y bar from dx and dy this way. Now using the actual values directly. Yeah, this type of problem also we have seen in the correlation chapter. We use the actual values. That is, if a small x and small y are given, you can directly go for getting summation x square, summation y square, and summation x into y. Using them, you can get the byx and bxy as well. Okay. Yeah, this is the fifth point is for very important method of least square. I already mentioned this method of least square. So in the line of regression y on x, we directly start with the equation y is equal to a plus bx. In line of regression x on y, we directly start with the x is equal to a plus by. The purpose is to get the a and b. In the above, we are interested in calculating the byx or bxy, and then we are going to find out the a and b. But here, in method of least square, we are emphasis on getting a and b at a time. So that's why look at these two equations. These are the two simultaneous equations in the unknowns a and b. Solve them, you will get the values of a and b. Similarly for here, x on y, you can solve these two simultaneous equations, you will get a and b. These equations are known as the normal equations. Okay, just remember this. Now here I am noted some very important properties that you must remember. Yeah, of course, in the first formula where we calculated the byx and the bxy based on the correlation coefficient, it is, one can easily say, yes, there is a relationship between coefficient of regression and Karl-Pearson coefficient of correlation. What is that relation? Byx into bxy is equal to r square, which also be stated in a different way. The coefficient of correlation is a geometric mean between the coefficient of regression. That means their product is equal to uh, coefficient of correlation square. The second important is one coefficient of regression is greater than one, other must be less than one. That is very important. If one of them is greater than one, the other has to be less than one. You don't have any choice. Even arithmetic mean of byx and bxy should be greater than or equal to coefficient of correlation. If this rule doesn't hold, it means you have done the calculation error somewhere. Fine. Next is coefficient of regression are independent of change of origin but not of change of scale. Coefficient of regression are independent of change of origin but not of change of scale. See, in the previous correlation chapter, in the last problem where we prepared a table, we divided the data by 10. So that means we are changing the scale of my data. So in case of regression, if you are doing the same activity, you are changing the scale, it's okay. But while summing up your answer, that is while noting the equation of line of regression, please mention that divided by 100 or divided by 10, whatever you are using in the same formula. Okay, we'll discuss this problem. We'll discuss a problem depending on this later on. There you will get a clear idea. Yeah, of course. If R is 1, that is, if there is a perfect correlation, then Byx and Bxy are in reciprocals of each other. So these are very important properties that you must remember. Now we are coming with the problem solving based on this chapter. So let's start with the first example. Find the lines of regression for the following data. I am doing the same example which I've done in the correlation chapter, the first problem. So hence, what it gives me, I already get this table well prepared. Okay, just a minute. I'm missing with the table actually. Yeah, yeah. Find the line of regression for the following data. This is the x and y 100, 102, 108, 111, 115, 116, 118. Then y values are 110, 100, 104, 108, 112, 169, 120. Okay. So what is the question? Read this statement of the question carefully. Find the lines of regression. That means you need to calculate both the lines of equations. That is line of regression y on x as well as line of regression x on y. So let me know what is the line of regression y and x. Line of, we will use the little bold line of line of regression y on x. What is the equation? Y minus y bar is equal to byx into bracket x minus x bar. Okay. What is the formula for b by x? The b by x is summation capital X into capital Y divided by summation. Yes, just go through with the formula number 2. See, summation x into y, here is a common, here also the summation x into y as a numerator, only difference with the denominator. Just have a look. The second variable I'm using here is b by x, the second is a x. So we are dividing by summation x square. Here bxy, the summation, the second variable is y, I'm dividing by the summation y square. This way you can remember the formula. So this is byx, so we use summation x square, where capital X is equal to x minus x bar and capital Y is equal to y minus y bar. So if, of course, if I want these values, that is summation x into y, summation x square. Okay, before I proceed, I must mention line of regression x on y. So now my equation becomes x minus x bar is equal to bxy, y minus y bar. So what is bxy? The bxy will be summation x into y, the numerator as it is, the denominator will be summation y square. Again same, x is equal to x minus x bar and the capital Y is equal to y minus y bar. Fine. So if you just look at both byx and the bxy, what are the essentials for me? I need these x minus x bar, y minus y bar, that is deviations of x and y from their actual means. So of course, for the first column is say x, then I need to calculate their deviations, that is x minus x bar called as capital X. Then of course I want the summation x square, so we need the capital X square. Similarly for y, small y, then its deviation capital Y is equal to y minus y bar, then the capital Y square. Is it? And finally, I want the summation x into y, hence we are going to take capital X into capital Y. See the table, content of the table. Is it same as Karl Pearson coefficient of correlation by deviation from actual mean? Yes, we are using the same table. That's why I focused on the method where we are using the actual means and its deviations. Okay, so now what I'm doing, I'm just going to take the data from the previous sheet. See, this is the first example which I've did. I'm just going to take a copy of this. Yeah. Here is my table. Okay. Fine. Okay. I hope you are clear with this. See the data 100, 102, 108, 100, 102, 108 and so on up to 118. Then we have 100 and 10, 100, 104, 108. 110, 100, 104, 108, 112, 116, and 120. 12, 16, 120. Okay. Now we have already prepared all these columns here. That is say capital X, which is x minus x bar, capital X square. Look at there. These are my values. Is it? Yeah. Okay. Here I'll make one small change. I'll call this a small x and the small y. So this is my small x. This is my capital X. Okay, I need to get a x bar. Then this is capital X square. Then this is my small y. This is my capital Y is equal to small y minus small y bar. The next is capital Y square, and finally capital X into capital Y. See, now my table is exactly similar to what I expected. Fine. Now what? I'm getting here summation of capital X square, summation of capital Y square. Okay, I need to change this also. This is capital X square, summation of small y, summation of small x, capital Y square, and this is my capital X into capital. Fine. Now, the first thing is we want the x bar and the y bar. So hence, I calculate the x bar. X bar is equal to summation small x upon n. So how many values are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So divided by 7. See the total 770. So we'll have 770 upon 7. So which gives me 110 as my x bar. The y bar is equal to summation y upon n. The n is again same, that is 7. See the summation of y again same, it is 770. So the mean of y bar will be 100, no doubt. Is it okay? Fine. Now further, I want to calculate byx and the bxy. So I use the calculations part over here. Byx, the formula is summation of capital X into y upon summation of capital X square. What is summation of capital X into y? Summation of capital X into y is, look at there, it is 216. So this is 216. Then divided by summation x square. What is summation x square? 294. Get this addition. Sorry, division. So the division gives me 216 divided by 294. We'll have the answer 0.7346. 0. We will write that value here. 0.7346. Now we are going to calculate summation, bxy. Bxy is what? Summation capital X into y upon summation capital Y square, which is again same, 216 divided by summation y square. What is summation y square? Is 280. Now get me the final value. 216 divided by 280. final value is 0.7714. Is this okay? So we calculated the byx as well as we calculated the bxy. See the property. Number two, if one of the byx or bxy, if one of them is greater than 1, the other has to be less than 1. But here, both of them are less than 1. So no need to check that property. Fine. Therefore, line of regression y on x is y minus y bar is equal to byx into x minus x bar. The x bar and the y bar are same here in this problem. Sorry, here I missed that. It is 110. The 110 is the value for x bar and the y bar. And what is byx? 0.7346. And substitute then y minus 100 is equal to 0.7346 into another bracket x minus 110. Here also actually 110. Okay. Now simplify this as y is equal to a plus bx. So we write y is equal to, we shift this minus 110 to the right hand side. We get this. Yeah. 0.7346 multiplied by x plus 0.7346 into 110. Okay, this is not a plus, there has to be a minus. Plus. See, on the left hand side, there is a term y minus 110. That minus 110 will be shifted to the right hand side. We get this. So this is equals to 0.7346x. Now get this product, minus 0.7346 multiplied with the 110. The answer is minus 80.806 plus 110. So answer is plus 29.194. Hence my line of regression y on x will be written as y is equal to 29.194 plus 0.7346 into x. So this is my line of regression y on x. Okay. Now line of regression x on y. What is the formula? X minus x bar is equal to bxy into bracket y minus y bar. So x minus x bar is high, what? 110 is equal to bxy. What is the value of bxy? 0.7714. See here, 0.7714. So 0.7714 into y minus 110. Again, like as same, x is equal to 0.7714 into y minus 0.7714 multiplied by 100, 110 110 plus this left hand side 110. So and this is equals to 0.7714y minus, okay, we need to get this addition. What is that addition? Minus 0.7714 multiplied by 110, that is minus 84.854 plus 110. So my final answer is 25.146. So plus 25.146. Therefore, my equation of line of regression x on y, x is equal to a plus by. So a is 25.146 plus by. The b is 0.7714 y. Is this okay? Yeah. Now there is a small sub question given in the problem. Initially, I have not mentioned that, but now I'll just mark it. Also find y at x is equal to 120. So one more question pending here. Find y at x is equal to 120. Now, this is very important to select a correct equation to find y. See, I have the two equations, line of regression y on x and line of regression x on y. So y on x, what it does? It does, if x is known, you get y. And if you know the y value, you can estimate x by using line of regression x on y. हा बेसिक फरक लक्षात ठेवा. The line of regression y on x will be used to find y if x is given, and this will be used to find x if y is given. Okay, so you can note down somewhere. It will help you in the examination. Now, right now in this problem, find y at x is equal to 120. So what is given here? X is given. So x is given means we are going to use this equation. X is given. So we'll use the line of regression y on x to find y at x is equal to 120. So therefore y is equal to 29.194 plus 0.7346 into x. The x value will be 120. This is equal. Tell me the calculate and tell me what is the estimated value. 29.194 plus 0.7346 into 120. Final value is 117.346. Is it? Now to check whether my equations are correct or not, what I do, I will go with this. You can select any value from x, say 100. Okay, so we'll go with the 100 and check. Means again you substitute 100 in place of x and try to estimate y. So here also we are going to do with the same equations. I am substituting x as 100. So if x is 100, then y will be 29.194 plus 7346 into 100. So this is nothing but 29.194 plus 73.46. 29.194 plus 73.46. So the value is 102.65. See in the actual problem. When it is 100, the y is 110. Yeah, of course, you may get a small error because of you're considering the 4 or 5 digits at a time in the decimal points. Is it? So the error can be considered in such cases. Anyways, so I hope you are getting a clear idea that how to solve this type of examples. I'm giving one question for homework. Try to get it, answer and post it on the WhatsApp. Then only I will prepare the next video. See, this is my problem which I am expecting you to solve. From the following table, showing age of cars of certain make and annual cost obtained, certain make and annual cost. Okay. Obtain the regression equation for the cost related to age. Okay. Find the approximate cost of maintaining 3 years old car of the same make. Now, in this problem, they are expecting you to calculate regression equation, not equations. Only regression equation. So, only one equation they are expecting. Now, which equation you are going to derive? See, find the approximate cost of maintaining 3 years old car. So, they have given the data for age of the car is 3 years. That means they provided this entry. What they have provided? They provided this entry. Age of cost 3 years. So that suppose if I call age of car as a x and annual maintenance cost as a y, it means they provided x and we want to estimate y from here. Fine. So you will calculate the line of regression y on x. So I'm waiting for a reply from everyone at earliest. Then only I'll prepare the second. Till that, thank you.